let me know. Okay, welcome back again. Thank you, Elkin and Flor, for being online. And thank you for understanding that I couldn't be online on Friday. So I really appreciate you being here today, okay? Good. So let's see here. The evidence that we need to work on, our dates, or based on the schedule we have. So we have this unit goes from August the 3rd to August 11th, right? And the evidence are interactive activity at the restaurant, then what was happening when it happened, and all in the past. These are the evidence that we're going to work on, and let's see what it is about, okay? So yeah, I'm going to try to use learner's view. Give me a second. Because I haven't been able to see it yet as you see it. Let's try that again. And let's see if it works. Okay. So we have this one here. We have contenido del curso. No, it's kind of the same. I don't know why it doesn't change here. It usually doesn't change, but it's okay. So we have contenido del curso. We go to this link. And then we go over proyecto, is the same route, yeah? Then we go over activity 3, right? And on activity 3, we click here on materials and support materials. And then you will be able to see the examples that they give us on this unit. Usually, this part of the materials and support materials provide us with examples. So it's not like they are going to, you're going to be evaluated on this part. Nothing is graded on this part, but you are going to be able to practice and to see some examples that can be useful when you carry out this part or this section that is the evidence and are the activities that are going to be graded, yes? The title for this unit is How Things Happened. So we're going to focus again on past events on this unit. And you can see here two links, one that is the multimedia version and the other one that is the downloadable version, okay?
Okay.
When you click on the multimedia version, well, you can see that it's kind of similar to the interactive activity, but you have much more information here.
How things happened. In this third activity of English.works 4, you will learn about simple past, past continuous, the structure of used to, time words such as always, as quickly as possible, immediately, at the age of, eventually, later, soon, then, until, and some vocabulary related to life changes.
Great. We have this one on the introduction. So
Introductory material. Dear learner, this material will help you study the topics related to learning activity 3. You will learn about, number 1, past simple versus past simple continuous. Number 2, used to.
Well, you can see here the topics that we're going to learn about, right? So, well, we're going to see some examples where you can notice the differences and this expression used to, right, combined with certain expressions. Good. So this unit is a little bit longer because it has well, more information, more examples, probably more exercises as well, right? So for example, it says past simple versus past simple continuous. So we say a man talked on the phone and some children played in the sandbox. Yeah, so you can see that this picture is from yesterday. Yeah, so they are pointing out some actions that people did yesterday or were doing yesterday. Yeah, so you can say a man talked on the phone, some children played in the sandbox, a couple read a book. You can see all of the actions. Yes. Age, for example, a child rode a tricycle, right? Good. Well, when we speak in past, usually we use expressions, actions in past. If you're going to affirm something, if you're going to make a statement that you consider that it's true, yes, so you're going to use an action in past. Yeah, so for example, the ones that we just checked, yeah, it was completed. This is an affirmation, right? A man talked, a couple read, a child played. Yeah, and if you are going to make a question or you're going to say that you didn't do it, that it was not that, so probably you're going to use did not or didn't. And the verb or the action in past is not necessary. Yeah. Let me see. You have a question, Elkin? Yeah.
Okay. I can connect another computer. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Good. Perfect. Okay, great. So when we speak in past, there are different kinds of verbs. We have regular verbs and we have irregular verbs. Yes. So when we say regular verbs, we're talking about these verbs that when we want to speak in past, we are going to add ed to the verbs. Yeah. So wash, we're going to say washed. Call, called. Yes. Cook, cooked. Open, opened. Close, closed. Watch, watched. And we talk, talked. Paint, painted. Yeah. Okay. And we also have irregular verbs. Well, you can see here some rules to add the ed. Yes. But we also have irregular verbs. Yes. So when we have irregular verbs, it means that when you change it to the past form, it's going to be completely different or it has some differences. There is not a pattern, no hay un patrón, like in the previous one. In the regular verbs, we had a pattern. In this one, we don't. Yes, so for example, here we say arise, and the past form is arose. Yeah. Begin, and the past form is began, right? And be has two different forms, was and were, and it's going to depend on the person you're speaking about. Yeah, so you can say I was, she was, he was, and we're going to say they were, we were, you were. Yes. And well, you can see different examples here, like bite, bit, catch, caught, drink, drunk, drive, drove, fall, fail, and then we have fly, flew, right? And well, you can see all of the examples here. So we call them irregular because they don't have a pattern, you see? Even this one, for example, read, you say that in present, and in past, you're going to say read. The pronunciation is different, okay? Hi, Diana, what's up? Welcome. Good. So that is why we call these irregular verbs, yeah? Okay, great. When we talk about past continuous, it's like something that it's an action in progress, like probably describing a moment or describing a scene, right? So for example, here, you can see that they are talking on the phone, right? And she says, what were you doing last night? I called you, but you didn't answer. And he says, I was watching a movie when my boss called me. We talked over an hour. Yeah, sorry. So he is describing like an action that was in progress, right? And there was another action that interrupted him, right? So we can see that, okay? Good. So when you're describing a moment, something that was in progress, so probably you're going to use this was watching, I was doing, and usually for this structure, we usually say was and where and ing, okay? So for example, yeah, let me check here. Good. So to describe a past action, right, over a period of time. So we can see some examples here. Yes. I was playing the guitar last night. Yes, it's an action. It's like you want to describe a moment, right? That already happened. Yes. So here, for example, when we talk about past, the other one is like an action was finished, and in the process, yes, something happened. So usually it's about description, yes, about a specific moment or about a specific activity, yes. So for example, here in this one, the question is different. What were you doing yesterday evening? I was having dinner with my wife, right? If you look at the example, yeah. So yesterday evening, it's a particular moment, and this was an action that happened during that time in progress. Yes. Something that involves some progress also could be cooking, but usually you use these when you want to describe. It's used a lot for descriptions of a specific moment. And we say, he was making dinner when the telephone rang. Yes. So you can see here that we are using both. If you look at this illustration or at this graphic, so the action started at this moment in the past. He was making dinner, and this action interrupted this one here. He had to stop and he had to answer the phone, right? Yeah. Okay. Another example here. I was talking on the phone while I was driving. The idea is that you don't talk on the phone while you're driving. Yes. You can say I was talking on the phone when you called me. Yes, you can also say that. But there are some people that are talking on the phone and driving at the same time. Good. So these two actions were happening at the same moment. So that is why we say while, yes? When we say when is that something interrupted the other action, yes? I was reading a book when my friend arrived, yes? Good. I was having dinner. So here you can see the structure of this past continuous. Usually we use was and were and ing, yeah? And we say, I was having dinner, you were washing the dishes, he was laughing, she was writing, it was working, we were waiting for her, they were painting. You can see different examples here, yes? And you can see also the examples in the negative form. Yep. Mauricio? Well, it's Elkin, yeah.
Elkin,
Yeah, yeah.
teacher.
Yeah.
In the verbs, regular verbs is ed, ed, yeah? And the other verbs is ing.
No, no, no.
No.
No. Pay attention here. We're going to go back for a second here. Esto puede ser un poquito confuso. Entonces voy a devolverme unas cuantas páginas. Cuando hablamos en pasado, voy a explicarlo un poco en español. Cuando hablamos en pasado, yo puedo decir yo hice o yo puedo decir yo estaba haciendo tal cosa. Yo puedo decir yo pinté 3 cuadros la semana pasada, si soy pintora, no soy, es un ejemplo. O puedo decir, si quiero, entonces es diferente como yo uso las dos expresiones. ¿Sí? Si quiero hablar de lo que hice solamente, no, pinté 3 cuadros. ¿Sí? Hice mercado, arreglé la casa. 3 ejemplos ahí. ¿Sí? Esos son acciones que concluyeron. ¿Sí? Entonces esto del ed, como hacer mercado, ¿cierto? Entonces yo podría decir I went shopping. I went to the supermarket. Y ese estaría usando, ahí no estaría usando un verbo regular, estaría usando un verbo, ¿sí? Una acción. Algunas son regulares porque terminan en ed y otras no. Entonces, por ejemplo, si yo digo pinté 3 cuadros, ahí sí diría I painted, está aquí abajo, ¿cierto? I painted 3 pictures, ¿sí? Bueno, ya la otra, eh, que es ir a hacer mercado o limpiar o algo así, ¿cierto? Entonces aquí tenemos la expresión, por ejemplo, manejé al supermercado. I drove to the supermarket, ¿sí? Entonces yo voy a usar esta expresión que no lleva ed, pero que es el pasado de esta acción que es manejar. Si yo voy a decir que yo manejé, entonces voy a decir drove, ¿cierto? Esto. ¿Hasta ahí estamos claros? ¿Más claros?
Yes.
Perfecto. Ya la otra parte que es con ing, no estamos hablando de ni de los verbos regulares ni de los verbos irregulares, sino que estamos hablando de la descripción de un momento, ¿sí? Entonces, si me pasó algo en el supermercado, entonces yo puedo decir, estaba comprando el café cuando me encontré con una amiga del colegio, ¿sí? Porque estoy describiendo un momento de lo que pasó ayer que estaba haciendo mercado. Entonces yo puedo decir, I was buying coffee or I was buying rice when I met a friend from school, ¿sí? Entonces estoy describiendo un momento específico y ya ahí no estamos hablando de los regulares ni los irregulares, sino que estamos hablando de lo que estaba sucediendo y que lo estoy describiendo porque fue algo particular, ¿sí? Como, estaba manejando y me llamó mi jefe. Entonces ese estaba haciendo es cuando usamos el ing. El ing en este caso me dice que estaba haciendo algo. ¿Sí? Que yo estaba haciendo algo, tú estabas haciendo algo, o ellos o ellas estaban haciendo algo, o nosotros o nosotras estábamos haciendo algo. ¿Sí? Y esa forma de decir que estábamos haciendo algo, entonces mira, por ejemplo aquí, lo que me dicen es, estaba tocando la guitarra, estoy describiendo ese momento, ¿sí? Y no sé, un amigo llegó, ¿ok? Mi mamá me llamó, eh, mi novio me escribió, como que interrumpió un poco la acción, ¿cierto? Entonces aquí, ella está preguntando, ¿qué estabas haciendo ayer en la noche? What were you doing yesterday evening? I was having dinner with my wife. Entonces ya aquí no es solamente qué hizo, qué dijo, sino que estaba algo en proceso, ¿sí? Por un periodo específico de tiempo, ayer en la noche, un periodo particular. Y es cuando yo quiero describir un momento. Estas expresiones las usamos cuando quiero describir un momento. Entonces aquí dice, por ejemplo, he was making dinner when the telephone rang. Él estaba haciendo la cena cuando sonó el teléfono. Esta otra acción, entonces, no es, seguramente él contestó y no dejó sonando el teléfono, ¿sí? Entonces, si él hubiese dejado sonando el teléfono, esto no le hubiera interrumpido. ¿Sí me hago entender? Ujú, sí, sí. En este caso, en este contexto, no siempre. ¿Listo? Elkin. En este contexto sí, en este contexto es el ando y el endo. Que estoy diciendo estaba manejando, estaba cocinando, estaba tocando la guitarra, estaba escribiendo un correo, ¿sí? Aquí sí, I was writing an email when I was writing an email when the doctor arrived, ¿ya? Good. Entonces sí, en este caso sí. Good. Pero también puede ser que las dos acciones sucedan al mismo tiempo, como en este ejemplo que vamos a ver, que estábamos viendo. Que puede ser que esté haciendo las dos cosas al mismo tiempo. I was talking on the phone while I was driving. ¿Sí? Mientras estaba hablando por el teléfono, mientras iba manejando. ¿Sí? En este contexto. I was talking on the phone and I was driving. I was reading a book. Pero a veces el ing no significando yendo depende del contexto. Por ejemplo, en la unidad pasada veíamos la expresión I enjoy going to the cinema. Disfruto ir al cine. Es diferente. ¿Sí? Pero en este contexto sí, en estos ejemplos que estamos viendo acá. Entonces vemos todos estos ejemplos que son was having, estaba cenando, were washing the dishes, estaba lavando los platos, was laughing all the time, estaba riéndose todo el tiempo, was writing her report, estaba escribiendo el informe, su informe, was working perfectly, estaba funcionando perfectamente, were waiting for her, estábamos esperando por ella, were painting a piece of art, estaban pintando una pieza de arte. ¿Ok? Y aquí cuando decimos que no estaba pasando, entonces ya diríamos wasn't or weren't, dependiendo de la persona. ¿Hasta ahí más claro? ¿Un poco más claro?
Yes, teacher.
Perfect.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Entonces miren, aquí vemos, bueno, ya aquí entra otra forma de hablar un poco de algo que sucedió. Entonces, esta unidad está un poco extensa. Está un poco extensa por los temas, ¿no? Entonces aquí ya viene otra forma de decir algo que sucedía en el pasado, que es Alex used to play the piano for the symphonic orchestra. Now he plays the drums in a rock band. Es algo que solía hacer, ¿sí? Que ya ha cambiado. Alex used to, ese used to es como solía hacer tal cosa. Y esta es otra expresión que es diferente a las que estábamos viendo, ¿vale? Entonces es como comparando lo que antes hacía y lo que hago ahora, ¿sí? Y la expresión para decir cómo solía hacer esto, como solía jugar basquetbol, o solía tocar la guitarra, solía cantar, ¿sí? Y de pronto ya no lo hago, o lo hago de diferente manera. Como aquí, Alex used to play the piano for the symphonic orchestra. Now he plays the drums in a rock band, right? So now he doesn't play for a symphonic orchestra. Now he plays rock, yes? Pero la expresión es used to, y ese used to significa como solía hacer tal cosa. Aquí es el used to y una acción, ¿no? Solía, no sé, saltar, solía caminar, solía correr, solía cantar, ¿no? Entonces yo puedo decir, I used to sing when I was a kid. Now I don't like singing. Is an example, right? So the situation was different in the past. We use the expression used to, right? When the situation changed, right? Something happened and it is not the same anymore, yes? So we're going to check some examples here, right? If we look at the past, you can see that this person probably drank or used to drink 5 cups of coffee every day. Now he drinks just 1. It's when you change a habit. Esto es un poco diferente a lo que estábamos viendo, ¿no? El used to es cuando quiero hablar de un hábito que cambió. ¿Ok? ¿Ya, Elkin?
Yeah. The question is the difference into used to and wolf.
Mhm.
Um, the difference
The
what is
difference in used to and was?
wolf.
Would. Ah, would.
Wolf.
Ya, el would es diferente. El would significa en español ría, como la terminación ría para las acciones. Por ejemplo, I would go to your house if you invite me. Iría a tu casa si me invitas, ¿cierto? Un ejemplo muy. O I would travel more if I had more free time. Viajaría más si tuviera más tiempo libre. Entonces es esa terminación iría de la acción. Si yo digo I would travel, ¿cierto? I would travel more. ¿Sí? Entonces viajaría más. Aquí estoy diciendo viajaría más si tal cosa. O también I would like to travel more. ¿Sí? Que sería como me gustaría viajar más. I would like to, me gustaría. En la primera digo, estoy diciendo viajaría más y en la segunda diciendo me gustaría viajar más. Es la terminación ría de cualquier acción. Entonces yo digo, I would drive a beautiful car when I buy it, right? Entonces son esas probabilidades con el would. En cambio, es que es más a futuro, ¿no? En cambio, el used to, claro que eso también lo usan a veces para describir escenas de otros momentos, ¿ya? Como, entonces yo iría o iba, ese iba. I would go to my mother's house when I was 15 years old. I would go every day, ¿ya? El used to es un hábito que solíamos tener y traduce eso, somos solía hacer tal cosa o acostumbraba, ¿sí? A hacer tal cosa y es ahora ha cambiado. Un hábito es algo que era regular y ahora es diferente, ¿no? No quiere decir que ya no, puede ser que ya no lo hagas o puede ser que sea diferente. For example, here. I used to drink, or he used to drink 5 cups of coffee and now he drinks just one. Yes. So I am going to ask you, Diana, Elkin, and Flor, to give me an example of a habit that you practice right now that was different in the past using this structure. You can text it if you cannot speak, because I know that some of you are at work, like Flor, for example, but you can text it. Text me your example. Give me an example of a habit that has changed in your life.
I used to work in a company.
Mhm.
Now I am in my house.
Perfect. Excellent example, Diana. Okay, good. Now I work from home. Now, yeah, something different. Okay, Elkin?
I used to drink the gaseosa and now no.
Mhm. You can say, I used to drink soda. Yes, I used to drink soda. Now I don't. Yeah.
I don't.
Mhm.
Okay.
Good. Perfect. Okay, I don't know if probably Flor is busy. Yeah, Flor, if you get the chance to text your example, that's great. If you cannot do it, it's perfect too. Okay, Marinly, example here. Yeah, perfect, Flor, thank you. I used to ride bike to go to work. Now I drive a motorbike. Excellent example. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, good. So we have another example here. Let's check it out. So Elkin, can you read this example, please?
Read?
Yeah, read it. Can you read it?
Oh, okay. Marilyn used to be very chill when she was 80. She's an outing person now.
Outgoing. She's an outgoing person now.
Outgoing person now.
So you look at the picture, shy probably was a person that was timid, yes? And outgoing is a person who is more sociable or more extroverted, yes? Be careful with the pronunciation here because she was 18 is different to 80, yeah? So yeah, it's a big difference when it's 18 versus 80, right? Okay, thank you. And the next example, Diana, can you read this one, please?
I used to eat a hamburger at least twice a week. I am on a diet now, so I don't have any.
Good, thank you. Mhm. Okay, so these are examples based on people habits, yes? We can also see that there is a tendency to change ideas, right? When we have changed an idea or when there is an evolution or changes in people's perceptions, right? So for example, here, something that was true before and now is not true. Yeah. Let me see it. It's okay. Yeah, good. So people used to think that the earth was flat. Now we know it is round. Yeah. So there was a change in perception because something was discovered. Yeah, good. Okay. Here, another example. Diana, can you read this one, please?
People used to smoke in the airplanes. It is forbidden now.
Great. Okay, well, I love that rule for airplanes and for places as well, restaurants.
Me too.
Yeah, yes, good. And the next example, okay, well, we don't have more examples, sorry. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I think that this second part, I am going to suggest that you can see, because this is vocabulary, yeah? It's vocabulary related to expressions that we use to refer to time, yes? Depending on what situation you want to describe, yeah? If we say always, we're talking about frequency, as quickly as possible is something that you consider that it should be done immediately. Eventually, it's something that at some point it's going to happen, yes? Eventually is like similar to say finally, right? Eventually is something that finally is going to happen. Well, you can see some expressions here. If you have any questions about these expressions, I think they are easier to understand. So that is why I'm not going to cover these ones. If you have any questions about these expressions, please let me know, okay? From this part on, I think it's more about vocabulary. So I recommend that you check this vocabulary part, okay? Then we have the contextualization, right? That it's dialogue. And you can listen to two people talking here, yes. So
this is amazing.
they are going to share probably their experiences and they are going to speak about habits they had and now they don't have, right? And then you are going to be able to answer some questions about this conversation, yeah? And then we have practice one, that are exercises based on the vocabulary and structure that we just learned. And we also have pronunciation practice. So for example, here, the idea is to complete this paragraph with the corresponding action, yeah? So you can practice what we just checked or learned today. Good. None of these activities, ninguna de estas actividades, none of these activities are graded. Ninguna de estas actividades es evaluada. These activities help you to learn with examples and with some exercises, the expressions that you need to develop the activities here, okay? So the activities that you need to work on are these ones: evidence, And we can see it here, right? Evidence interactive activity at the restaurant, evidence what was happening when it happened, and evidence all in the past. Let's check it out. The interactive activity to do it, you're going to click here on Verescorm.
Interactive activity at the restaurant.
Okay, sorry, it was, well, you can listen to the instructions here. Elkin, can you read the instructions here, please?
Okay. Instructions. David works in a restaurant as a waiter, likes listening to the customer conversation, help and him to serve his customers by selecting and writing the right words to complete the statement. Take into account that he made a mistake 3 times another waiter will text his order.
Yes. Okay, so it's a waiter that listens to the conversations of their guests, right? And he's paying attention, and well, when you click or to the highlighted expression, right? So you have to complete with the word that you think is the correct one, right? You will have to type it, yes? So look at the answer, she was at school. So what are the words to complete this sentence? This question.
What was she doing?
Exactly, what was she doing? At this time yesterday, she was at school. Yeah, and you double check here, or you verify, yes? And that's correct. And you're going to continue completing the sentences based on the highlighted, well, there's going to be something highlighted here. You click on the highlighted item, and then you will complete the sentences, whether it is a question or just a statement, right? A statement, excuse me, statement. Good. And you'll have to complete 7 sentences. Yeah. Make sure that you go until the end, that you work it out until the end. If you close it, just like I'm doing right now, your grade will not be saved. I suggest that you take a screenshot at the end in case that the platform doesn't save it. Les sugiero que graben una captura de pantalla, saquen una captura de pantalla al final de esta actividad, en caso de que haya algún error al guardar en la plataforma, pasa a veces con estas actividades interactivas. Okay, the second activity here is what was happening when it happened. Let me share this file with you. What was happening when it happened? You see? So the example. We have different events. The idea is that you look at the picture, check the situation, and try to answer based on what it's going on, you see? So for example, the man, yes? He was painting the wall when the baby spilled the can of paint, yeah? You can see here, I was ironing a shirt when I burned it. He was painting the wall when the baby spilled. So probably we would change these kind of things. He was painting, painting, yeah. When the baby spilled the can of paint, yeah. So that is what we need to consider here, both actions. You need to see which action was in progress and what was the other action that probably interrupted, caused an accident to happen or something like that. Yeah. And you need to write down the form, the correct form of the expression based on the examples that we checked out today. Okay, here. Sorry. Okay, and you continue with the other ones as well. Diana?
We have to write down on the lines or what or do what you just did.
You can do whatever you prefer on this one because I think you can complete it here. Yeah, it's okay if you complete it here. If you want to write it on a separate sentence, it's okay too. Yeah. Okay. When you complete this file, then you will. Yep. Somebody else. Yeah.
No, sorry.
When you complete this file, then you can upload it on the platform. Yes. Let's go back to the platform. You can upload it here. Click on Ver Evidencia, and you will be able to upload it. Then we have all in the past, and for this activity, sorry, I didn't. Just give me a second. I'm going to share again. All in the past. Well, for this activity, you will have to record yourselves. And let me share this with you. It's taking some time. Yeah, but I will share it in a second. Yeah, now I see it. Perfect. This evidence requires a recording. Yeah, so you will have to record yourselves answering some questions. Good. Yes, you can see it. So these are the questions that you need to answer, and they give you the examples. So the first question, Diana, can you read the first question, please?
What did you use to do application when you were in high school?
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I used to, and you can say what you used to do on vacation. Yes. So when I was in high school, sorry, I used to visit my grandmother. Yes. Number two, Elkin, can you answer number two? Can you read number two, please?
What did you look like when you were 15 years old?
Great question. We changed so much. Yeah. What did you look like? What was your physical appearance when you were 15 years old? When I was 15 years old, or when I was 15, I used to be shorter. I used to, for example, I used to have curly hair. I didn't straighten my hair. I used to be skinnier. Yeah. I was thinner.
You can say más delgada,
Yeah.
skinner.
Yeah, you can say thinner, probably thinner. Yeah. I was thinner. I used to be thinner. Yeah. I used to be shyer as well. But this is about appearance, yes? Look like. So you can say, yeah. If you used to wear glasses, yes. Or if you didn't use to wear glasses, because it depends. Yeah. So well, you can use these questions to record yourselves, talking about that. Yeah. Well, the second part is a completion exercise, right? So I am going to give you two options here. Yeah. You can either record your answers to these questions, yes, or you can either you can also record the story based on the pictures, you know. So you don't have to do both. Yes, you can do just one. I want you to record yourselves, and it's your decision whether you're going to record yourselves telling the first part or telling the second part. It's your decision whether you want to do part A or part B, okay? If you want to do both parts, record only one and the other part can be written, but you don't have to, yes? Just in case you want to. Good. Perfect. That's all. This unit is kind of long. I like it. I don't know if you have any questions, but I would like to listen to you in case you do. Nope. Well, it seems like you don't. Elkin, is everything clear?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
The app for record in the first class, the name, what is?
Vocadu. I am going to write it down again here. The name is Vocadu. You can record it. Well, you can see it.
Thank you, teacher.
My pleasure. Yeah. Anybody else? Good. It seems like that's everything. Yeah. Thank you so much for being online and for your questions and your contributions. Okay, I'm going to stop recording right now.